Good evening, and you're very welcome back to our Around the Grounds coverage here at Finalwhistle.ie. Today's action comes from the Evoke.ie Women's FAI Cup first round. 3 games down for decision today. There was meant to be four, but the Sligo and Douglas Hall game was cancelled due to Douglas Hall not being able to field an 11 for today's fixture. So we have 3 games and, of course, 3 match reports to come, of course, from all of our reporters. The first game we'll start with has just finished, and we're coming slightly later due to the game running fairly over time, it could be said. That was the tie between Bohemians and Galway Women's FC at Dalymount Park, and reporting on the tie is Luke Delaney.
Hi, Diarmuid, and by no stretch was it a classic FAI Cup game. But in the end of the day, it is Bohs that go through with a 1-0 victory, and it did take that extra time to decide it. I think that first 90 minutes, both sides, they were maybe set up not to lose the game rather than maybe going out and attack it. And at stages, it was maybe a difficult watch. The sides happy to keep the ball inside their own halves. And then once they did maybe progress into that final third, they struggled to find that killer pass. In the first half, probably the best chance of the first period came through Ciara Bates-Crosby with an effort from distance, but it was comfortably saved by Abigail Ronan. And then into the second half, it was more of the same, slightly more open. Shauna Brennan had a couple of chances, and Julianne Russell became more involved for Galway. But after that 90 minutes, they couldn't be separated. And as extra time went on, it did open up a bit. Fatigue started to set in, and it was in the first couple of minutes of that first half of extra time where it looked like Galway could have found that all-important goal. A ball from Julianne Russell went straight into the path of Chloe Singleton, but it was the crossbar that denied Singleton, and Bohs were able to breathe a big sigh of relief. And then as the game looked destined for penalties, a ball into the box, Abigail Ronan came off her line, but did collide with Bohs' Aoife Robinson. The referee pointed to the penalty spot, and it was the Bohs captain, Erica Burke, that stood up, sent Ronan the wrong way, and sealed Bohs' spot in the next round of the FAI Cup.
And thank you, Luke, of course, for that report this evening. A big result for Bohemians, despite their current position in the league table. A big result for them. They now advance into the second round. Now, next, the early game of today's action was DLR Waves taking on Treaty United at the Belfield Bowl. Reporting is Rory Morrow.
DLR Waves advanced to the quarterfinals of the FAI Cup today with a 5-0 win over Treaty United at the UCD Bowl. Treaty came into the match looking to bounce back from a 10-0 hammering at the hands of league leaders Shelbourne, who topped the WNL. But the omens were bleak. For Treaty, and it only took 32 seconds before they fell behind. Katie Mooney opened the scoring for DLR Waves with a left foot curling strike after Avril Beer really teed her up. And the first half continued in this manner with DLR steamrolling possession, dominating territory, and then in the 22nd minute they had a second goal to show for their dominance. Brearley this time curling her own stupendous long-range effort into the top corner from outside the penalty area. An own goal just before half-time extended the lead to 3-0. We're still waiting confirmation exactly who the last touch came off with, but it was a Treaty United defender who headed the ball past her own goalkeeper, the unfortunate Michaela Mitchell, who had quite a good game, even despite the fact that she shipped 5 goals in the end. After the break, DLR made a huge couple of substitutions, but they didn't let their foot off the gas at all. And in the 50th minute, the other kid, Kate Malone, got a goal prodding in at one of the halftime substitutes. Rachel Doyle played her in. Malone prodded a low left foot finish past Mitchell in the Treaty net. And moments later, Mooney had a second goal of the game. She bagged her brace, a tremendous lob, perhaps improvised, perhaps unintentional, but a tremendous looking lob, but nonetheless over a backpedaling Mitchell to make it 5-0. And Treaty, who had fielded a youthful side, was certainly hard-working, but just the gaps in quality were all too evident for them. Were all too evident for us to see, and it is DLR Waves who advanced to the quarterfinals. They were pushing for a 6th goal at the end, rattled the crossbar a few times. Sarah McKivitt was impressive as well, and it's a comfortable win for DLR Waves, and they go through to the quarterfinals of the FAI Cup.
And a big thank you, of course, to Rory Morrow for that early report from this afternoon's tie. The last tie of the day was Peamount United taking on non-league Finglas United at PRL Park. Reporting on the tie for us was Jack Joy.
It was Peamount United 16, Finalwhistle United nil at PRL Park this evening in the FAI Cup women's first round. Peamount doing away easily with their non-league opposition. They controlled the game from the very beginning and pressed hard to force Finalwhistle into their own area, and the visitors really couldn't retain their own possession. That pressure rewarded Peamount with their first goal only after 3 minutes. Sive Doyle looked to be in on goal, but Lauren Douglas made an excellent save. Unfortunately for her, the ball rolled out to Alana McAvoy, who struck the opener. 5 minutes later, she had her second goal after she used her pace to cut in from the right wing and beat the keeper again. Ireland international Anya O'Gorman then got in on the act. She dispossessed the defender and then beat the keeper to score her first, while a good run from the right delivered her second soon after. O'Gorman would set up McAvoy to assist her hat-trick, and then McAvoy would set her up in the 27th minute to see them net 3 goals each before the half-hour mark. A Douglas own goal from a Tara O'Hanlon corner would see the Peas go further ahead, while Sive Doyle made it 8-0 before half-time. Despite making several changes at the interval, the onslaught would continue in the second half. McAvoy would get her fourth before sub Michelle Doonan would score a stunner from outside the box. Stephanie Roach would add to the scoring just after the hour mark, while Lauren Kelly hat-trick and a late Finglas own goal would see the game end 16-0 to the home side.
And that, of course, was Jack Joy reporting on Peamount United's emphatic performance earlier today. We'll take a look, of course, through all of the results from those 3 cup games this afternoon. Starting, of course, with DLR Waves 5-0 win over Treaty United. Big result for them, sets them up nicely to get into the next round of the competition. As Jack has just mentioned, Peamount United would put 16 past non-league Finglas United. Lana McAvoy hitting 4 with Anya Gorman hitting a hat trick as in that game, as well as Lauren Kelly, of course, picking up a late hat trick too in that game. And as Luke mentioned at the start of the show this evening, Bohemians picking up a 1-0 win over Galway Women's FC as well. We'll take a look at fixtures as well. We've 2 cup games to bring you as well tomorrow evening. Athlone Town are on the road to Dublin as they take on Whitehall Rangers, and the other tie on the day will be the meeting of Cork City and Bunagee United. Of course, both of those games kicking off at 2 p.m. While next week we're back to league action. Sligo Rovers welcome Athlone Town. DLR Waves are at home against Wexford Utes, and Bohemians are back at Dalymount Park taking on Treaty United. All of those games kicking off at 2 p.m. Peamount United will take on Shelburne. Of course, that is definitely a mouth-watering fixture at 5 p.m. While Galway Women's FC are back at home, they take on Cork City at 6 p.m., looking to overturn tonight's result in extra time in that one. And then on Friday, back to the men's action from the SSE Airtricity Premier Division. St. Patrick's Athletic host Dundalk. Drogheda United welcome Bohemians to Head in the Game Park, and Derry City are away at Finn Park, provided the game has been or will not be called off due to, of course, Derry City playing in the Europa Conference League next week. While on Saturday, Sligo Rovers are at home to UCD. Similar there, no indication yet on whether those games will be postponed. While in the first division, the biggest game probably of the entire night, Cork City taking on Galway United at Turner's Cross. Big implications for the first division title race there. Cove Ramblers welcome Waterford for a Munster derby down at St. Coleman's Park. Treaty United head to the Carlisle grounds looking to continue their winning form from Friday evening. While on Saturday, Longford Town are at home to Athlone Town at Bishopsgate in the Midlands El Clasico. So that concludes all of our action, of course, from this evening. All of the match reports from today's action will be available on the Finalwhistle.ie website, and we have other coverage as well from the world of GAA as well on the website. So make sure to go onto the website and look at all of the content that we have put up, and to follow us on social media and turn on those notifications to when we do post on those outlets. And we'll be back, of course, next Friday for another Around the Grounds in the men's national leagues. And of course, the Women's National League continues next Saturday. Hope you'll tune in then. Have a lovely rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.